the first day of June here in Canada. It's a great time now to actually thin out some of this rhubarb, just in order so that you can get a second crop out of your rhubarb. You can see the leaves are quite big. So what we want to do is take about 2/3 of this plant, and we can leave 1/3 of it to continue to grow, and so that we can get a second, possibly a third harvest out of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to pick out some of the larger ones, and it comes off just like this. So it's a lot like celery, actually. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's quite a large one, but it's a lot like celery. You can see here the color is phenomenal. But basically you just want to take this. This is actually a vegetable, but people tend to use it more as a fruit in dessert and pies and things like that. Coupled with something that is sweet, because this can be very tart. So you want to put it with a sweet fruit. Basically you can eat this. What you want to do is, I got a knife here. Sorry. What you want to do is you want to cut off the leaves. And discard the leaves, because the leaves are actually poisonous. So this is about all that we can eat, and we're going to harvest what we can of this. And again, I said about 2/3 of this. Now, when it comes time for the second harvest, or a third, if you get the opportunity to have a third harvest, at that time you only want to take 1/3 of the plant. So right now I'm taking 2/3. Later in the year you only take 1/3. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to grab what I can out of this, and we'll see how much we can collect. And the reason why you want to actually start harvesting them at this point in early summer, late fall, is because pretty soon what you're going to see is you're going to start seeing seed shoots come up. Once those seed shoots come up, it then slows down the growth of the plant, which then stops you from being able to have a second and third harvest. So this is what I have just harvested off of my rhubarb. I want to say it's about 2/3. There's a lot of smaller shoots coming up. So this is giving the rhubarb another opportunity to give me more food for the plant. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to cut off all of the leaves, discard them because they are poisonous. Do not eat them. And then we'll take the stalks in, wash them off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze them. I can use them for nice, raspberry, strawberry, rhubarb crisps. I'm going to just get them prepped up so we can get them into freezer bags and put them in the freezer. All right, so all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut off the ends of this rhubarb and discard them, because these are poisonous and we cannot eat them. So we're only keeping the stalk here, and we're going to take them inside, give them a wash, and put them in freezer bags. My grandmother used to make the best strawberry rhubarb pies. I'm not really a pie, I like pie, but I don't make pie. Never made a pie in my life. But I do enjoy a nice crisp. So some strawberry rhubarb and with some crisp, apple crisp type style. That's more of my thing. I enjoy that. If you want to leave some comments down below of your favorite rhubarb recipes, I'd love to give some a try. Without taking the opportunity while things are good and things are in abundance. because we let them wait, and if we don't do it, the plant actually dies and you get no harvest. So part of gardening is being on top of the schedule of your plants and knowing what you need to do with them and be ready for when they're ready. Otherwise, everything goes to waste. As you can see, there's an abundance here. And there's still plenty left to grow. We did not harvest it all. We did not strip it down, but look at that. It's amazing. All right, so I just brought these in the house. I washed them. They're dried a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is take these and I'm going to cut them up into chunks and put them into freezer bags and put them in the freezer for that I can use for recipes. And when you do freeze rhubarb, you actually don't need to thaw it out. You can just use it frozen and cook it down that way. So I'm just going to get to chopping them up. I'll show you what they look like before I put them in the freezer bags. All right, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ends off and I'm just going to cut them into little chunks, just like you would celery or something like that. Okay. So this is the amount I have gotten of the rhubarb, and now I'm just going to get freezer bags, but I actually have a food saver, which I decided that I'm going to food save these in freezer bags and put them in the freezer. So I got out our vacuum sealer and our food saver, and I'm just going to fill these up now with the rhubarb. Alright, so we've got our bag of rhubarb, and now I'm going to, I don't know if you can see that or not, we've got this green thing here, and what we are going to do is put this bag right in here. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to put that lid down. And there is a lock mechanism that I'm going to flip. Okay. And then what we have next is we've got the seal and we've got the vac. So I'm going to press the it's sealing. And it's done. Alright, so now we can just unlock the mechanism. And we have our bag of rhubarb. Look at that. Perfect. So now I just need to label it. And it's good for up to a year in the freezer. And I'm going to do, I think I've got enough for probably 2 more bags. So we're going to label it and we're going to put it out. So I've got 3 of the vacuum sealed Food Saver rhubarb to put in the freezer. Plus I also have a little bit left over that I'm going to keep in the fridge to possibly try and make a dessert this week. And that is everything. That's how easy it is to harvest rhubarb and put it in the freezer. And we should be able to do this again at least 1 more time, if not 2, depending on how the rhubarb do. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. Don't forget to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again for joining us here at Ploughman's Backyard.